Hi, it's Professor Streeter. I forgot to record today's class, and so this is a shorter video talking about some of the things we went over in class today, which you can look at on your time. I will begin with the shared document that I sent you. It's a Google Doc. You can find it in your email today. And at the top of it, and please feel free to enter any of your notes or write in this document. It's shared. At the top, I put down a list of ideas and phrases that you had put in your Monday feedback post. The question was, what is happiness? And so this is my list of kind of components of a happy life according to the class. Now, none of these are necessary for happiness, but the idea is that well-lived lives or flourishing lives tend to have many of these things. And so we tend to think that these are things that contribute to a person's happiness, that makes a life better. Friendship, family. We focused on this idea. I like this idea of doing what you love without expectation of reward. Spend some time talking about that. I drew a distinction between two ideas of wealth. I mean, on the one hand, we can say that a person's well-being depends on some measure of financial security and stability. But wealth is not something that is needed for happiness. You can be happy without being wealthy. And in many cases, having an excess of wealth can make your life go less well. But the important point here is that what we mean by wealth. If we mean financial security and stability, certainly that's an important component of happiness. Same with health, right? Nobody has perfect health, but there are some measure of good health is a part of happiness. Certainly, disease is lack of health is an important cause of misery. But some of these, I'm not going to talk about them all again, but we went through this list and sort of thought together about how these contribute to well-being and which is important, and how it's important. And this all leads to a question that was the center of today's discussion, questions about hedonism and whether the hedonist is right in saying that pleasure is the highest good in life. So, if we go back to this list, to say that pleasure is the highest good in life is to say that all of these things are good in the sense pleasurable. That's what makes them good, and they all contribute to happiness in the sense the life of pleasure. It's all about pleasure, all about happiness, and all of these things have value in the sense that they contribute to that. So the question is, are you a hedonist? Right? Is pleasure the highest good in life? Is happiness the highest good in life? Why or why not? I wanted you to sort of think about arguments in defense of one answer to that question or another. So if you think that hedonism is the way to go, well, why? What are some of your reasons? If you aren't a hedonist, why not? Okay, so that was that part. We didn't really enter anything there in the document, but this is there for you to think about. It's part of your assignment for the discussion topic. Okay, and the discussion topic was, and this is where we shifted to talking about the experience machine and whether, if you had the chance, you should plug into the experience machine for life. And what are your reasons for doing so or not doing so? And so we had these are reasons that some of you gave, reasons for not plugging in, reasons for plugging in. It raises this bigger question. Obviously, if you plug into the experience machine, everything feels great on the inside, right? So, but other than how things feel on the inside, what has value to you or for us? What is intrinsically valuable for us other than how things feel on the inside? And if you think that you shouldn't plug in, then that points you in the direction of some of these reasons, right? Like honesty is important, and the life inside the machine is a dishonest life, or accomplishing something is important, and you don't really accomplish anything inside the experience machine. So these are reasons for not plugging in, reasons for plugging in, and we had discussed those a little bit. And that all relates, to the discussion topic, which you're posting by Friday. And then we shifted to thinking about some of the homework questions regarding Heathwood's essay. And Heathwood's kind of response to the hedonist is to say, look, human welfare the highest good that we're seeking, what has intrinsic value, is not necessarily happiness and pleasure. You have to desire something for it to be valuable for you. And so Heathwood's thought is that human well-being really just consists in satisfying desires. So whatever you desire, the satisfaction of those desires is what constitutes your well-being. And if you can imagine a person who doesn't really desire pleasure or happiness, then for that person, happiness and pleasure would not make their life better. It wouldn't make their life more good. It wouldn't contribute to the goodness of their life unless they desired it. So what makes your life good, what makes your life go well, is the satisfaction of desire. That's his view. And so I kind of wanted you to develop your analysis of his view for homework. And so these were some of the questions on the homework. And then we shifted to looking at that in the discussion board and on D2L. So we looked at the week 2 assignments and went through them together. So here's the full discussion topic for the Nozick piece. So reading the experience machine. These are the questions I'd like you to answer by Friday. And then these were the questions about the Heathwood piece. Okay. Then I moved pretty quickly to talking about this slideshow. And so I'll pause, and the second video will just be about this slideshow, and I'll walk you through it. For those of you who missed class, or for those of you who were sleepy during class, you can come back and look at this again. Okay. I'm going to stop now, and I'll come back.